How are we doing, guys? Leeds TV, West Brom 4, Leeds 1, match review of the game. It's hard to really sum up the game, in all honesty. I'll start with the way we lined up, 4-1-4-1. I think me and Conor were both expecting to change into a back three sort of system, into a 3-4-3. We didn't go with the 3-4-3 today, and I felt we looked stretched. There was a lot of sort of like 2-on-2 counter-attacks, 1-on-1 situations. I just don't think we coped with that in the end. And at the end of the day, West Brom, you'd have to say, have got probably the better quality of player, the more experienced quality of player, and probably more geared up for a promotion push than ourselves at the minute. In terms of the experience, the all-round quality they have, that front three of Barnes, Gale didn't actually start the game, Rodriguez and Hal Robson-Kanu coming off the bench as well. Well, Hal Robson-Kanu started the game, obviously Dwight Gale will be probably the main striker there. But the point is, they have that little bit more quality than us, and it showed on the day. It was just a frustrating one, really. I'll start with the first 10-15 minutes. I thought we coped quite well. I thought we made a decent enough start, nothing too outstanding. But we looked fairly comfortable and solid. We didn't massively stretch them, but we certainly didn't look in trouble ourselves. And then it sort of gets to around 15-16 minutes. West Brom have a shot that just trickles wide, and it sort of seems to galvanise them a little bit, West Brom. It sort of seems to give that extra little push, and they really started to create a few chances. Where Jay Rodriguez hitting the bar, Bailey pick up for ours to make a quick save off Hal Robson-Kanu, Jay Rodriguez even. And just Harvey Barnes put one into the side net as well. We just never sort of, after sort of 15 minutes, I just thought the first half after that, sort of the last half an hour of the first half, I thought it was really disappointing. I thought we were actually worse in that sort of 15 to 45 minute spell than we were in the second half, to be honest with you. It's just one of those, but it's a championship for you. We certainly weren't really looking at a threat ourselves. We had one little sort of half chance, I suppose, where Alioski puts in a lovely cross into the box, lovely low cross into the box, finds Matthew's click, and he forces the save off Sam Johnson. Only really a half chance, for me. But yeah, it just was a disappointing one. And I felt West Brom tactically really were quite intelligent with how they set up. They let Pontus Jansson and Liam Cooper have a lot of the ball. I think at one stage Pontus Jansson completed twice as many passes in the first half than any other player, I think, at one stage in that first half. And it just shows they were happy for Pontus and Liam Cooper to have the ball. It was more the marking and doubling up on our sort of outlet option. The Calvin Phillips, the Barry Douglas on the left-hand side, Stuart Dallas on the right-hand side. We weren't able to get the ball to them. We were having to go long occasionally, and it just really made it difficult to get out. And I thought that was really tactically, you have to respect Darren Moore a lot for that. He'd got that spot on. He split the strikers. He had Jay Rodriguez going one way, Hal Robson-Kanu going the other, and it sort of made the three then with Harvey Barnes sort of tucking in the middle and stopping Calvin Phillips getting out as well. And it really tactically worked out quite well. But that second half, I don't think we were that bad. In all honesty, in that second half, we obviously weren't great. But I don't think it was a 4-1 game. To be honest with you, I thought it was maybe a 1-0, 2-0. I don't think there's more than one or two goals in it. But when you defend like we have in that second half, you deserve to lose 4-1. In all honesty, and I've got to go straight on to Stuart Dallas today. I thought at times, to be honest with you, the way he was tracking back, I thought, looking at the balls one side of the pitch and he's totally out of position. He's only jogging back. You have to sprint back into the position there. What on earth is going on there? I felt a bit sorry for Pontus Jansson and Liam Cooper. They were constantly sort of split a little bit. I think both have got to do better on the day, but I can't really pick on them too much. I don't think Liam Cooper's cost us a goal really. Pontus maybe should do better on the fourth goal when he has Jay Rodriguez by the touchline. He gets a bit unlucky with the deflection, but I really wasn't happy with Stuart Dallas today. I've got to be honest, I like Stuart Dallas as a player. I've met him a couple of times, absolutely top bloke. And he's been a good servant to the football club. And this is probably the first time I've ever really been genuinely angry at Stuart Dallas. I thought today I was just so frustrated with the way he wasn't tracking back. He wasn't sprinting back into position. He's playing right back. Yeah, I like the way he gets forward and that lot, but you've got to sprint back into position. He just did not do that today. The first goal, I was absolutely fuming with that first goal. I was probably the most angriest I've been at a goal since probably Felix Viveald against Sheffield Wednesday when he bottled out of, the goal. It's just, yeah. But in fairness, I watched it again this morning and it wasn't as bad as I thought of Stuart Dallas. He did genuinely see Jay Rodriguez and he sort of left his... It was still an error off Stuart Dallas, but it wasn't quite as bad as what I thought it was. yesterday, but I was just frustrated, you know, by Stuart Dallas's standards. I was really surprised by that yesterday. I think goalkeeper-wise, you've got to be looking at Bailey Peacock-Farrell at the moment and saying, you know, I think Bailey Peacock-Farrell will be a good goalkeeper. I think his shot stopping in general is good, but he has that error in him. You know, I think shots that are close to his body, where he's got a little bit more time to think, I think he struggles a little bit more of them. You know, I think we've seen a lot of errors this season from those kind of situations. You know, Swansea, Birmingham, yesterday, West Brom. You know, shots close to his body. He just needs to judge those a little bit better. But I still think there's certain elements to his game. There's nothing that's really excelling. You know, he's not really excelling at anything at the moment. I think it probably is time to give Jamal Blackman a chance. You know, I think on the right back, it's definitely time to give Jamie Shackleton a chance. I think we've got to be a little bit more ruthless. I think when you're pushing for automatic promotion of the playoffs, you can't afford to have, I don't want to say passengers, because they're not passengers. You know, they're not passengers, but you can't afford to have people that you're not certain on what kind of performance you're going to get from them. We've got to earn their place, and for me, I've got to be really critical of that. And I probably had a lot of dislikes, whatever, but for me, I was not happy with Stuart Dallas's performance yesterday. Really wasn't happy. It's not. It's but yeah. But yeah, second half we did get into some really good positions, and we just didn't quite make the most of them. You know, sort of 1-0, 2-0. I thought we might still have an outside chance. You know, Tyler Roberts had a little chance, which he just sort of a miss hit. Had one into the side netting. I think forced a save as well. I mean, had a couple of little chances in that second half, and it's just the way it goes. West Brom were ruthless. I think they had 4 shots in that second half and scored all 4. Fair play to him. Some of the football they played in that second half was outstanding. Some of the counter-attacking was brilliant, and we just didn't suss out that threat, and that was so frustrating that we didn't suss out that threat. And I'm not going to blame Marcelo Bielsa for this so much yesterday. You know, at the end of the day, West Brom got that extra bit of quality, and we clearly do need to make some January signings and consider things in January. But yeah, so if we go through the goals, first goal, you know, it's a poor goal. You know, it's counter-attack. And Stuart Dallas is seeing the run of Hal Robertson Conor, but he's gone to press the guy on the ball, and it was the wrong decision for me. You know, he shouldn't have let Hal Robertson Conor go. Maybe Pontian should deal with it better, but it's a disappointing goal, that first one. Second goal, Matthews Click losing the ball in the midfield in his own half, really disappointing. And then Matt Phillips shot, and it should be saved. I Bailey Peacock-Farrell, in all honesty. Third goal, again, Stuart Dallas out of position, not seeing that run early enough off Harvey Barnes, and it's a great finish as well. There's not really much you can do about it after that. Fourth goal was pretty lucky, in all honesty. The way that fourth goal, it just summed up the day for us, really. You know, Jay Rodriguez gets the ball on the touchline, Pontus goes to challenge, it comes straight back off Jay Rodriguez's shin, gets the shot off. It's a good, really good block off Liam Cooper, actually. And then a great finish off Dwight Gale, a good improvised finish, and it just summed up the game, really. I think the substitutions I was a little bit unsure on, to be honest. I thought it was very harsh on Barry Douglas taking him off. The reaction I wasn't happy to see, to be honest with you. I thought the reaction wasn't great when you're 2-0 down. I can sort of understand where Barry Douglas was coming from with that, but fair play to Barry Douglas. He apologised for it straight away. That's it. Hopefully that's that. There's no sort of controversy with that. He was angry at getting taken off, and that's all that happened. But I thought Barry Douglas did well. You know, we were only 2 down when Barry Douglas came off, so I can't really criticise him defensively at all today, really. None of the goals his fault. But yeah, I thought that was a bit harsh on Barry Douglas. I thought maybe we were a bit too soon taking Kemal Roof off. We took him off at 1 down. Maybe we could have kept him on for a few more minutes, see if he got himself into the game. But there you go. Jack Harrison, I wasn't sure about that one. I'm not sure if Jack Clark was injured in this game or not. I thought Jack Clark would have been a good option in this game. It was a very open sort of game. I thought he really could have got at that back three of West Brom's. Yeah, I can't think what the substitution was. Samu Saib came on. Actually, to be fair, Samu Saib did really well. But I don't know why we took Matthias Click off, to be honest with you. I thought Matthias Click is one of our main goal threats at the moment. I probably would have looked at Adam Forshaw or Calvin Phillips. I don't think either were especially bad on the day, but I think they're more defensive-minded players, and I think we need a goal. We need someone like Matthias Click on the pitch. I'm not going to say Matthias Click had a good performance. He probably had his worst performance in a Leeds shirt, to be honest with you. Now, I'm a massive Matthias Click fan, but it's one of those days, really, I felt. You know, I was really angry in certain... Individually, I felt, you know, maybe being a bit harsh on Stuart Dallas, but I just felt tracking back, he needed to show a little bit more energy, a little bit more desire at, you know, at 2-3-0 down, sprinting back into position, getting himself back into position. But I was just really frustrated at that, and maybe it's come across in the video. But at the end of the day, it's what happens in this league. You're always going to get hammering once in a while. You know, Wolves got hammered 4-1 at Aston Villa, and I think they won the next 6 games, won the league. You know, it's not the end for us at the minute. It's not the end of the season for us. You know, we've still got a chance, but it does show. If we learn from this, I think we can sort of really pick ourselves back up again. You know, look at previous Leeds teams when we've had those heavy defeats and we've responded really well. You know, I go back to, I know, the Gary Monk season. We had a really heavy defeat at Nottingham Forest, and we responded absolutely fantastically. And I remember coming out the ground after that Forest game and thinking we're going down this season, but after that we responded brilliantly. Under Simon Grayson in 2010-11, we lost to Cardiff 4-0, and I think we went into 2nd place about 2 months after that. We can respond to this, but we've got to learn from this game. I think we've got to give certain other people chances now. Maybe look at things tactically. Can we set up the formation a little bit differently? But all in all, just not happy today, really, with individually. We weren't especially bad, but yeah, there you go. My man of the match today, there was a couple of contenders, to be honest with you. It'd probably be Adam Forshaw. I've actually thought Adam Forshaw had a really good game. Maybe not really good, but he had a good game. Some lovely crossfield passing, composed on the ball, got the ball in some really bad positions, but got himself out of trouble and sort of kept things ticking over. We never really felt we were seriously overran. You know, maybe the 4-1 might suggest that, but it was more counter-attacking than West Brom actually seriously dominating the game. But yeah, fair play to West Brom. And I suppose other contenders could be Samu Saeed had a good cameo when he came on. Lovely ball to Pablo Hernandez. Pablo, I thought himself, a good finish, quite a good second half where I thought it was really bright, created a few chances. But all in all, not good enough today, and it has shown our limitations that maybe we are a season off. You know, and at the end of the day, you know, look at where we were last season. I think we took 20 points from the last 20 games with Paul Heckingbottom and Thomas Christensen. 20 points from the last 22 games. So relegation form, we've not really dramatically done anything in the summer transfer window. So it does maybe show that little bit more, bit of a reality check, I suppose. But disappointing today. Confident we'll bounce back against Bristol City. We've got an international break coming up. It's probably come at a good time for once. I think it's come at a good time for us. I've been Oscar Marriott. Make sure you check out Joe's review of the game and Conor at the Ramblings of the South Stands review of the game. And we'll see you later.